He got in the press conference, said he lost his joy.
What do you want to see happen to fix it?
What do I want to see happen? I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball. And wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon.
When they asked him where he would be open to playing, he said he's open to 29 other teams. That excluded Miami, right? Then turned around earlier this weekend, was like, I don't want to go to Memphis. So I tweeted, I'm like, bro, you definitely going to Memphis now. And what do you think is the best fit for Jimmy? Because we talked about it a little bit off air.
His agent says, we ain't signed no extension with y'all. Teams are going to not want to trade for him. I mean, you don't trade for a guy who's going to play there for 3 or 4 months. You're obviously going to give up probably some draft capital to Miami. Probably a good player, maybe 2, just depending on what type of deals are out there.
For me, like with Jimmy, we talked about it a little bit. What's stopping him from going to San Antonio, getting with a like-minded player in Chris Paul? Memphis, I said, because again, it's another young nucleus. He fits in that mentality for them, and he can kind of get them situated. Like D Rose was in Memphis last year because he saw something in Ja, said he might need to be a little bit more polished from a leadership, from a point guard standpoint. So he went down there to kind of help him with development / locker room situation. Jimmy can be that much more of an extension of that, but he still got some playing in front of him, right? And if he's playing at maximum effort, he's one of the best players in the league. The other team that I brought up and I thought was really good, a good fit for him, is a team I saw last night in Milwaukee. They played San Antonio last night. The one thing that we've been saying that Milwaukee has been missing, right? They were hoping that Dame was going to fill that gap. A second lethal scorer, a second lethal playmaker, somebody that can take the pressure off of Giannis being keyed on double team. It gives them another threat. The glaring hole in that has always been the past few years whether or not Middleton's going to stay healthy. So with Jimmy, putting him in Milwaukee, whether they trade him straight up for Chris Middleton or they put a package together to get him over there, I think that would do something not only for their culture, but it gives them more toughness going into the second half of the season. If they're going to catch Cleveland at all, who just won another game, if they're going to compete with them top 3 or 4 seeds with Boston, with Orlando, with New York, like they got to make something happen.